morning, everybody. It's your girl, Ken Nicole.
And it's your boy, Chucky.
And it's time for you to get up, get ready, start your day, and tune in to your daily BossFM morning news. So in sports, on Tuesday, 95 NFL players have all tested positive for the coronavirus. This has just happened right before teams were to begin training camps for the upcoming season, and also before league-wide test results were to be shown. However, now this has caused the NFL Players Association to order no preseason games to be played. Now, some teams have ordered rookies to be tested first and the veterans to be tested later. But teams were also ordered to submit new infectious disease emergency report plans. 8 teams have been approved, while 24 are still under review. These plans had to be reviewed before more than 20 players are allowed in training facilities at once. However, with almost 100 players testing positive, does this make starting a new season sound like a good idea?
Not really. I don't trust it, and I don't think it's a good idea at all. But hey, America loves their sports.
Right.
So we have some unfortunate news from Chicago, Illinois. Tuesday evening, 15 people were wounded in a drive-by shooting at a funeral. Yes, you heard that right, a funeral. That evening, Chicago Police Superintendent David Brown said that rival gang factions were repeating a cycle of violence and revenge. Early on Tuesday, someone who has yet to be identified pulled up to a funeral and began shooting into a crowd. Of all the people shot, 14 were hospitalized, one of which is in critical condition. The oldest victim is a 65-year-old woman who was treated on the scene, but she is in good condition. President Donald Trump has been threatening to send American troops to the city of Chicago to help with the gun violence. Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot has declined. The mayor tweeted on Tuesday evening, "Under no circumstances will I allow Donald Trump's troops to come to Chicago and terrorize our residents." But on the other hand, yesterday morning, President Trump announced that he is implementing a federal anti-crime initiative that will combat violence in American cities. This plan will start with him deploying federal agents to Chicago. Even after Chicago Mayor Lori's tweets, she says that the federal agents won't be here to focus on protesters, but to prevent gun violence. So if you all remember back in 2018, President Trump wanted to enforce stop and frisk tactics in Chicago, but the governor declined. I don't know what this means for the future of Chicago, but I do know that the police and federal agents don't have the best reputation when it comes to dealing with poor communities.
So in more coronavirus news, President Donald Trump held another coronavirus briefing on Tuesday for the first time again since April. For starters, he initially stated that the U.S. is doing better than most countries when it comes to handling COVID-19. Well, we all know that's a lie. However, he did finally acknowledge a sharp rise in cases in the South, Florida being the epicenter, Georgia, and Texas. He also made a comment contradicting his original statement about the U.S. doing the best pandemic-wise, saying it will get worse before it gets better. Trump continued to say that the virus will just disappear without doing much harm to Americans, which is, again, another lie. He also continued to make false statements about travel restrictions from Europe and China, supplies needed to aid frontline workers, and the low fatality rate in the U.S. The travel restrictions had loose exemptions and only denied people to re-enter the U.S. if they were in certain countries within the past 14 days. He urged that states had everything they needed in fighting the coronavirus. However, many governors urged that the Trump administration has failed to help very much. And the U.S. leads the world in confirmed coronavirus cases and ranks third in coronavirus deaths.
So the proof is in the pudding. So everything he's saying has been debunked. But hey. So guys, it's Thursday, so you already know what that means. It's Throwback Thursday. So this Thursday, we have a very interesting topic. We wanted to talk about how fashion constantly reemerges. As you all know, the Black culture tends to be I don't want to say the most fashionable, but the most fashionable culture out there. So we typically have a way of bringing things back and making it seem fresh. Like for instance, the big trend right now are dad jeans and big graphic tees. And on top of that, it's super comfortable. So why not be comfortable and fashionable? I know some girls will put on some dad jeans, graphic tees, some heels. Some guys will put on some Jordans. I think it's a really cool trend to see. You can watch movies from the 90s and you'll see all those trends. Kim, have you noticed any trends?
Yes, I definitely have. Actually, my favorite trend right now is the bell-bottom jeans coming back, started in maybe the 60s or the 70s. But, as soon as it came back, I had to go get me a pair because I was like, yes. Another thing that I noticed has gotten popular again, which this is maybe like its third time repeating itself, is the bamboo hoops. The big bamboo hoops, like, definitely, I love the big bamboo hoops. Always have, always will. Another thing is the juicy velour jumpsuits. Those are definitely coming back. And I'm seeing it in a lot of sweeties aesthetic, and also Normani, her with the spray paint, the airbrush, and her on her performance wear. Fashion is just like history. It's always going to repeat itself.
Yeah, and that's always the cool part. All right, guys, that's it for your Thursday morning news. Make sure you all tune in tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. for more news updates. And don't forget to tune in later today at 8:30 p.m. for some more entertainment news with Boss FM. If you'd like to rewatch our shows, as always, they're available for replay on our app and all of our social media platforms. Thanks again for tuning in, y'all. It's your boy, Chucky.
And it's your girl, Ken Nicole.
Have a great Thursday.
Happy Thursday, guys.